TIFU by not knowing the correct response to, "What's on second?" So, I was fairly sheltered as a kid. So I wasn't aware of this classic piece of art until after the fact. I had this cute girl come in while I was working. I don't really try to hit on people, especially while I am at work. But I am a generally friendly guy. I like to help people out. And she seemed to be a little lost. So I approached her and said, "Hey, what's up?" Before I could launch into my spiel about, "I work here. If there's anything I can help you find, I would be more than happy to assist you today." She looked at me and said, "No. What's on second?" I was confused. So I asked her, "What are you talking about?" She said, "Naturally." At this point, I figured she might be a little high. Common in this area. But my coworker overheard and came over. He immediately jumped in and said, "I'm not asking who's on second." To which she responded, "No. Who's on first?" And he said, "I don't know." And then together they said, "Third base." And laughed. He took over the interaction. I just kind of walked away thinking they knew each other and had some kind of inside joke. Later I asked him what the hell that was all about. And he just laughed at me and told me, it's a classic skit from Abbott and Costello. He didn't know her. But after I left, he got her number and a coffee date set up. He sent me the link to the video so maybe I won't miss it next time. TLDR. I didn't know the joke. And missed out on a chance to get a date with a cute girl. My brother and his friend did this routine at a school talent show. I was horrified when people thought it was an original. Highly recommend you check out their Slowly I Turn bit, as well as the one where they do dating math. Sounds like what's not the only one who will be on second base. Whenever some says, "You know what?" I always reply with, "Yeah, he plays second base." Sometimes they get it and sometimes they act like op. I think it's FNNY and that's all that matters. Well, kudos to your coworker, I guess, for getting in on the joke and getting the date. When I was a kid, I loved watching the Abbott and Costello movies and skits with my parents. At one time, I had portions of Who's on First memorized. Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein is one of my all-time favorite comedies ever. Right next to Clue, also extremely quotable, and George of the Jungle. Here's the real test: which player position is not mentioned in the skit? That was my dad's favorite skit to quote. And if you get lost somewhere in the middle and ask the wrong question, he'd just answer 42. Thanks for the memories. That was my favorite episode. My dad and I would watch reruns. Don't worry, my dude, naturally means you weren't getting a date no matter what you said. If you see her again, don't ever bring up Niagara Falls. It wasn't meant to be for you, but for your coworker you were just part of the moment. Kind of a cringe way to start an interaction, anyways. This is literally a 90-year-old piece of comedy. I appreciate they're famous. But how is this possible to be easily picked up by a stranger? Not your fault, but damn, that's an unfair hoop to jump through. There's always tomorrow. You need to brush up on your Simpsons as well. https://youtube.be/6@Janes3Cus. C equals LKUFN1DNWKQPYH4Q.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.